know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG. KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla at
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I like L.A.
LA?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
fit. We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right now. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, not a good time if you're in the crypto world.
No, the crypto industry seems to be going through some really rapid market changes.
Yes,
put
rough
it that
times,
way.
especially FTX,
Yes.
which is linked to the sports world because, of course, you see the FTX arena or stadium or whatever they're calling it, whatever they used to call it, I guess.
The
I can
FTX
say.
Where the Miami Heat play.
Yeah.
The
So that's,
stadium where the Miami Heat play is how I'm going to refer to it from now on. So, I guess that's going to go through some changes, and of course the patches on the umpires' uniforms for this upcoming MLB season, I'm sure, will change. Very difficult times. Plus, I'm hearing different stories about what Tom Brady lost or what he didn't lose. Or There's a lot of people.
This is
There's a lot of people.
up in the air,
Yes.
and I guess this is going to shake out. And I think this is going to be a big story for weeks to come.
Well, it's kind of interesting when you brought up the arena in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
FTX had the naming rights to the arena, and I think it was like a 7 to 10 year deal.
I don't know the particulars of the deal. So
I'm wondering if, because what happened in New Jersey in the Meadowlands with Fubo and the Jets. The Jets filed suit against Fubo to recover whatever the sponsorship stuff was, or to work out
Fubo Gaming.
Fubo Gaming,
Yes.
regarding the sponsorship deal between the Fubo Gaming and the team itself. I'm wondering if the Heat and the owners of the arena, because I don't know if the Heat are actually owners of that arena, I wonder if they're going to have to go through the same process to be part of the receivership.
There's lots of lawyers doing lots of things right now, so it should be a fascinating story for
It's already
probably
fascinating.
months to come. So we'll see what happens.
I think a lot of things are going to come out in the Chapter 11 reorganization. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Well, a lot of people are going to be suing if they're doing the bankruptcy route, and a lot of people are suing just to get their place in line as creditors. So that's what's happening right now. So interesting story. I think more news is
interesting for a while.
More news is going to come out each day, I would think. So interesting. We got a great show coming up for you. We got a Beatin The House segment, and it's our week. Is it 11?
Week 11 already.
Week 11 Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. Lots of fun. I can't believe it's 11. I say that every week, but my goodness, week 11.
When they went to the 17, 18-week season here now, what is the halfway point?
I don't know.
I mean, nine wins, 9 games on the actual team schedule or the records. I guess that's halfway since it's an 18-week thing, but this is week 11, and you got, what, another 8 weeks left? 9 weeks?
I guess now a true 500 team means there has to be a tie in there somewhere in their record, something like that. So.
Does that get counted as a 500 team?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, if you go 8-8-1, are you a 500 team?
There are a ton of stat guys. Yeah, 8-8-1. Would that be a 500 team? I don't even know.
Statistically, I don't think that's even
I don't even know.
So.
So, well, we got our picks coming up. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Well, November's shaping up to be a huge sports betting month.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We've got all of the major U.S. sports moving ahead. They're in their full swing. We've got NBA, NHL, football. We actually, here in November, finish up the World Series, too.
Yep.
And now, for the first time ever, the World Cup, soccer, is going to be held in the fall.
This is fascinating to me. I'm learning more and more about the teams, and it's looks like I want to really get into it, and I'm really learning about the different players on the different teams. So what I found interesting these weeks coming up to the World Cup. World Cup is only a couple of days away, but the Premier League, especially if bettors who bet on the Premier League were a little worried because they're not sure if the players who are playing in the Premier League are playing in the World Cup, and let's be honest, the World Cup is, if you're a soccer player, is the pinnacle of your career. So they were worried about what players are going to play in the Premier League, if they're going to be sit out or what's going to happen. So it was I guess it was treacherous going if you're a sports bettor and you're betting on the Premier League these last couple of days.
Well, it's going to be very interesting because this is the first big soccer event for the U.S. sports betting industry, because the last World Cup happened back in 2018.
Yeah.
And there was only 3 states operating at that time. Mm-hmm. We now have over 30.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
According to FIFA, and I've heard varying reports because it is kind of hard to keep track of some of the money coming in and out for betting for FIFA, but for the World Cup. The World Cup, which was held in Russia last time, 2018, somewhere between 135 and 150 billion was bet on the World Cup alone, worldwide.
I can't wait to see the numbers. The betting numbers. It's going to be incredible.
Well, here's what I've been seeing. A lot of different reports are coming out regarding the U.S. sports betting industry, and when you're actually looking at the numbers for the World Cup, there's a couple things you got to keep in mind before you actually say, wow, this was a great number, because, number one, there's an 8-hour time difference between the United States and Qatar. Or Qatar, or however you pronounce the name.
I'm hearing Qatar, I'm hearing Keytar, I'm hearing Qatar, guitar. Yes. I mean, it's interesting. Everyone has their own way of pronouncing it seems.
Well, that's where everything is going to lie. The 8-hour difference is going to maybe dampen some people's spirits about betting here in the United States. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. There are sports bars around here and around our area in New Jersey that open early on weekends just for soccer in Europe.
Yes.
So there's
especially the Irish pubs.
Oh, the Irish. Oh, yeah. No, the early morning soccer. You see cars in front of the sports bars. I almost said sports books, which probably they kind of they almost are
anyway.
But the sports bars, and they're playing soccer, and no, it's a huge. It's going to be huge. Yeah. I mean, no way around it.
Well, here's the other issue. A lot of the states don't carve out soccer in their reports.
Huh. Okay.
And like Nevada puts it as one of the other.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't carve out soccer. Colorado is one of the few that carves out soccer.
Colorado carves out everything.
Yes.
Everything.
And according to what the Colorado Division of Gaming reported last month, there was $11.2 million bet on soccer.
Okay.
In October.
All right.
So it's going to be kind of interesting to see November's numbers for Colorado. That might be an indication of how big the World Cup betting has been for the industry overall, because I'm assuming the real betting really started, a couple days ago. I mean, with the futures and things like that. Well, as soon as the Premier League,
like I said, I'm trying to get a handle on the different teams, and how I heard Argentina is supposed to be good, and Portugal is supposed to be good. So I'm looking into that and seeing the different players on each team. So,
well, a lot of the bookmakers have said the one game they're actually looking forward to seeing the turnout for in terms of betting numbers.
Okay,
the U.S.-England match, which is the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay,
so, and that's going to happen.
What a great day for
that's
it! That's
what they're saying.
What a fantastic!
Everyone's
day.
Off. Or most everyone's off, except the bookmakers.
Yeah, right.
And it's going to be a huge game. But I'm very curious to see like New Jersey.
Yeah,
because I don't know if New Jersey has a strong soccer betting segment.
Well, like I said, there's a couple of sports bars around the area, and they certainly really open up for their soccer betting. There's actually there's an area where we live. It's called Nottingham. So Nottingham has a big soccer club. So there's a lot of betting and a lot of rooting for Nottingham, England, in Nottingham, New Jersey. So, there's a lot of people who love betting on soccer.
Well, for the U.S. team, according to FanDuel put out a report that right now the U.S. team has attracted twice as many bets for the tournament than any other team.
Oh, okay.
At their book in the United States. Overseas, different story.
Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also one thing that works in the betting industry's favor here this World Cup around, it looks like the U.S. team is going to be guaranteed at least 3 matches.
Okay.
So there's going to be some betting, a lot of betting on the U.S. team for at least 3 matches, if not more.
The numbers for sports betting, we do a segment, and you do, the book report to report on the numbers of the books. Can you imagine, I'm waiting for the book report that we do in the second week in December, just to see what the November numbers are. Because that's about kind of the time when we get the November numbers, the second week in December.
The second and third weeks of November are going to be interesting because that's, the majority of them, like New Jersey and some of the other bigger industry states, release their numbers second week in the month.
Okay, yeah.
The rest of them release them the third week. I'm very curious to see, and I'm going to watch this carefully, how New York does.
Yeah, because
they do the weekly.
New York is a good indicator because they release their numbers on a weekly basis, which is great because we'll really see a kind of a snapshot of the World Cup betting. Pretty quickly.
Going to be fun.
Yep.
Exit 2.
We're going from World Cup soccer to the Metaverse.
The Metaverse.
Actually, eSports in the Metaverse.
Okay. We
have the Brazilian organization MIBR, which is an eSports company. It actually stands for Made in Brazil.
Okay.
Made in Brazil.
MIBR. Oh, yeah, Made in Brazil. Okay.
They have partnered with a company called Every Realm to create the first virtual eSports arena in the Metaverse.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, there
that's
have
one
been
of those
virtual esports arenas before.
Sure.
But nothing this immersive.
Okay, all right.
And it's a step towards bringing everybody into the Metaverse to watch esports tournaments. It's basically they took real-world esports arenas, combined them into one, and then put them in a landscape that mirrors Rio.
Okay, all right.
And the reason they did Rio is because there is the IEM Rio Major going on at the end of this month here.
Okay. So this is happening right now, the virtual esports arena, or is
both?
It's up and going, huh?
Yes.
So as a spectator, how can I? Is there some kind of website I can go on? Can I watch it on Twitter? Everything's on Twitter. On
you
esports.
Can go to the MIBRarena.gg website.
.gg website. What does .gg mean?
Good game.
Oh, okay.
It's esports slang.
Okay. All right. What is it again? I don't want to.
Good game.
Okay, but I don't want to step on the website. Tell us, what is it again?
MIBR Arena. Kind of makes sense. .gg.
.gg.
And basically what you're able to do is, if you can't go to Rio for these esports tournaments, which I think a lot of people can't.
I can't. No.
You can actually log in, join this arena. You have to pay.
All right. Okay.
Different prices for different packages. You have to go check it out. Really.
Okay. All right.
And you can actually go in as your avatar and watch an esports tournament happening down in Rio.
Okay.
They're going to have concerts.
Can I create my own avatar? I know this
create
is
your own
completely
avatar.
off the
No, you can create your own avatar.
All right. Okay.
That technology already exists.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this is the first step. They want to have it for this Rio major event. What they plan on doing is allowing the avatars. This was a weird statement, and I'm still trying to parse this in my own head here. The avatars are going to have access to virtual reality helmets in the metaverse.
Okay.
So I think they're layer upon layer here.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's going to be kind of interesting to see exactly where they go with this.
Now, as you know, as a spectator, I don't need any special equipment, right? If there's no goggles that I have to wear, I can just
I've actually been to the website.
Okay.
So,
okay. Good.
and it runs on an ordinary computer.
Good.
So maybe there's going to be some lag on certain low end computers, but
I'm going to check this out. Yeah. I mean, I have one good computer and one not so good computer.
I think everybody's
It's
in that
basically
boat right
my
there.
one not so good computer is basically I think a calculator or something like that. But I'd be better off on my better computer, right?
Yes.
Faster computer.
Probably
Okay.
even your phone.
Yeah,
or a tablet.
Yeah, my phone. Yeah, I have a phone. I have a tablet. So.
But what they plan on doing, this is for this esports event right now. What they plan on doing is bringing in other esports tournaments from around the world and showing them in this arena. So basically, you can go anywhere in the world just by going into this arena
That's
to
great.
watch an esports tournament. And MIBR also has a cultural side. That's what they call it, a cultural side.
All right.
Concerts.
Oh, okay.
Museum exhibits. Pretty much anything you can think of that has to do with pop culture or cultural events, they're going to be putting into this. You can go to a concert
right
in Rio.
There's no
just
need
by going to this website.
There's no need to leave the house anymore, is there?
Not
anymore.
Not with
So,
these
you know,
things. No,
I'm just going to lock up my doors and windows and just live in the metaverse.
And what they're going to be doing now is they're going to be having a virtual ribbon cutting.
Okay.
With meet and greets with all the major players.
Oh, all right.
All virtual through the metaverse, but you got to go into the arena to do this.
Okay. All
and it's basically what you do in the real life you're going to be doing on this.
See, that fascinates me. I understand you can watch these things, but interacting with people in the metaverse kind of fascinates me and see how that goes and see how you do it. So I'd be curious to check it out.
Yep. MIBRarena.gg.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
We're going to stay in the metaverse. This is 2 exits in a row here. That one dealt with an esports tournament. This is dealing with blockchain horse racing.
Oh, okay.
The company's called Zed Run.
All right.
ZED Run out of Australia.
All right.
And this is a platform that allows you to breed and race virtual horses.
Okay, you're sitting at the computer watching horses breed. Is that what we're doing?
I don't think you can watch them actually breed.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it?
Is there an
NFT for that? Can I see that? Breeding horses NFT.
Well, this is what caught my attention. I came across this company when I saw news articles about breathing NFTs.
Okay.
Breathing. BREATHE.
Okay.
Breathing. And that's what they call their NFT tokens.
Okay.
Because they actually...
This horse racing thing you're talking
Zed
about.
Run. Yeah,
Zed Run.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is... They call them their tokens breathing NFTs because they actually treat them like real horses. You can buy the horse, breed it, race it, or sell the horse.
Wow. How long would that process be? I mean, if you're
I don't know
racing,
how long it takes to
then
breed a
breeding, and then on the metaverse, I guess. Can I say it's in the metaverse?
It is the metaverse.
It is the metaverse. Okay.
They have actually been around since 2019. This company.
Okay.
I was actually shocked to find out.
This is amazing.
They have an active user base of 40,000 people.
Wow. Okay.
They run 150,000 races a month.
Mm-hmm.
And they have had at least $250 million US dollars running through their company since 2019 from this active user base.
Okay.
They also, when you buy the horse, they average about $33 a horse.
Oh, okay.
So you're not spending thousands upon thousands.
Okay,
of
so
dollars.
that's good. So
Yes,
that's
it's cheap.
All right, yeah,
It's
no,
cheap.
it's
relatively cheap compared to actually doing
doing
yes.
that. All right.
Yes. So, but it's very interesting. They've done, like I said, 150,000 races on the platform. What you do is you go into the platform Zed Run and you buy the horse that you want.
Okay.
Whether it's from they create them or you buy from another user.
Okay.
And there's like a marketplace.
See, that's fascinating to me about like the business of horse racing. You know, the breeding and the selling and the things.
This
like
could
that.
actually work
So
as a training ground for real horse owners.
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
So,
and by the way, talk about virtual horse. I have bet on virtual horse racing before. Borgata Casino has a section where there's virtual horse racing. I think there's virtual car racing too, and virtual sports and things like that. So I have bet on virtual horse racing.
It's actually fun to watch.
It's a lot of fun. You know, you put your money down, you sit back and you watch it. It's a lot of fun.
Again, 40,000 active users every month. And they just got another infusion from investment for $20 million.
I think it's a great idea,
and it's kind of interesting because it allows you to do this. I don't know what the time frame is in terms of getting a horse up and running from when you first buy it.
Well, see, that's interesting to me. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'm assuming there's a training section where you have to train the horse to run virtually.
Wow.
Metaversically. I don't know.
Metaversically?
I don't know if that's a word or not, but it's very. I always find this interesting, and also they're doing real life partnerships.
Like I said, I think it's a great idea. If you're interested in the business
Yes.
of horse racing, I love that.
They just had their virtual Melbourne Cup, which is one of the biggest horse races in Australia. And also, they did a partnership with the Victoria Racing Club, which are the guys that's a horse owning group.
Okay.
And a horse training group, horse breeding, all that. So they're working with them to actually probably make this even more realistic than what it has been.
I think it's fascinating. I like that.
It's kind of really interesting to see how the metaverse is developing.
Exit 4.
Well, in the battle for supremacy in the pickleball world,
I'm starting to see
we
that
have a winner.
I'm starting to see pickleball on TV. I don't know if that was it wasn't ESPN. It was a local New York. I don't know if it was MSG or Yes Network, but I did see pickleball. I saw doubles pickleball, which has to be challenging because it's not a big court.
Well, you're going to see even more doubles pickleball.
Okay.
Because of what just happened between the Major League Pickleball League and the Professional Pickleball Association. As a matter of fact, Major League Pickleball were the singles events. They focus more on singles.
All right.
When you see doubles on TV, you're looking at the Professional Pickleball Association.
Okay.
And what they've done is they've joined forces to create the Vibe Pickleball League.
Okay.
It's a new tour.
So do the two separate ones still exist, or now they just combined?
They are going to be one big entity.
All right.
They're going to still operate under the trade name of Major League Pickleball. They're going to drop the Professional Pickleball Association, and they're going to operate the Vibe Pickleball League.
The MLP, huh?
The MLP. They can't call it that.
They can't call it the MLP?
No, because there are issues with MLB.
Oh, it's a little too close?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
MLB is already suing somebody that was close to MLB.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
That's a whole trademark case. We can actually talk about it in another segment.
Okay.
So, but right now it's Vibe Pickleball League, VIBE.
Okay.
This is the league that has owners like Kevin Durant, Tom Brady, Drew Brees owns some teams, LeBron James.
Okay.
And it's going to be a brand new tour around the country. It's going to be televised. They're working out deals right now to have doubles format pickleball as one of the big major sports now.
You know, a couple of weeks ago, I've never, played pickleball or anything like that, but I think I saw an official pickleball, and I'm not sure because it looked like a wiffle ball, or it looked like it had holes in it, but I didn't think it had holes in it. So I'm not sure if that's an official pickleball or what. Does an official pickleball have holes in it, or am I seeing some kind of cheap knockoff pickleball?
I think you were seeing a cheap knockoff because I think I know what you're talking about because I've seen this before.
It almost looked like it was like
the official pickleball size.
Yeah,
it's the size.
It's smaller than a tennis ball,
yeah.
but it had holes in it, almost like a wiffle ball.
I don't think the real ones have.
Yeah,
holes
I don't think so because someone told me this was a pickleball, and I said it has holes in it.
There are packages out there for indoor pickleball. Like home things. You can play around.
Maybe I saw that. Yeah.
So, but this is
so when I saw official pickle, they were talking about the size, maybe not the actual pickleball.
Right.
All right.
If
anyone knows what an official pickle does, it have holes in it?
Send us a picture.
I guess I can check it online.
Yes.
But,
well, actually, if you go to Major League Pickleball,
I guess
they'll have everything there for you. But this is going to be interesting to watch because as this grows, not only we may see sports betting on it, because they have been considered for sports betting in certain jurisdictions.
I would think they are the next big sport to get a contract with sports betting or be the states will allow it to be a sports betting sport because it's everywhere. Like I said, I'm seeing it on TV now.
I'm wondering if fantasy sports is going to get involved with it too.
I would think
fantasy
so.
Tennis,
look,
fantasy golf.
I mean, it's growing in popularity, which means people follow it and people know the players.
Yes.
I don't know it. I mean, I got to research it a little more and stuff like that. But I will tell you, when I ran across it on TV, I stuck with it because it was interesting.
And
to
it's
me.
fast. It's fast.
And like I said, it was doubles pickleball, and I'm shocked that the people weren't hitting each other with the paddle. I mean,
I'm sure that's happened.
I mean, it's not a very big court for a doubles event. So,
well, an indication of how much more popular it's becoming. Google released a number that over the last 5 years, the sport search engine wise has grown 200% over the last 5 years. That's faster than any other pro sport out there.
All right.
So
it's growing.
It's going to be fun
to
watch.
True. I mean, is pickleball an outdoor sport or an indoor sport? It's both. Or
yes.
Okay. When we say Vibe Pickleball League, is this an indoor thing? Will it be outdoor?
I think it's going to be both.
Both. Okay.
It's got to be both. I mean,
is it like I'm curious if I'm sure it's not like tennis. It's a grass court versus a clay court versus something else.
See, now you're going a little too far.
I want to analyze that.
I'm very curious to see if there's a grass pickleball. Like every time
it can't be a grass. I don't think so. I've never seen a natural grass pickle.
I've never seen a clay one.
Well, I've
seen the indoor tennis courts.
Who has pickleball in Vegas?
Plaza.
The Plaza.
Plaza has its own pickleball course.
Yeah, is it up in the roof or something?
Yeah,
like that?
It's a rooftop thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are more casinos doing that. I know there's plans for a couple other Vegas casinos to have pickleball.
I know. I'm wearing my Atlantic City T-shirt. I don't know.
I have not heard
City
anything about pickleball in Atlantic City. I know.
See, that'd be good. I mean, there's a lot of.
But I do
space.
know. I know there was consideration for a pickleball tournament in Atlantic City at some point.
Okay.
Because Boardwalk Hall had mentioned it in a couple of different releases, all that stuff. So, but again, we have a big merger. Going to see some more broadcasts. Probably going to see sports betting. Probably going to see fantasy. Mm-hmm. And right now, there's only one outlying league that hasn't done any kind of mergers or anything, and that's the Association of Pickleball Professionals.
Okay.
That's the third league that's out there.
Okay.
That may actually end up with something as well because they're also making deals and also.
Great. Good.
So we'll see the Association of Pickleball Professionals tour at some point, and we may see some pickleball wars.
Great. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got our Beatin The House segment, then our Week 11 Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. We'll see how much better we can do than last week. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here.
Use offer code
SPICE404.
They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more.
Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook. Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
Welcome to NFL Week 11. This is the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment powered by Betfred. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you our best bets for the upcoming NFL weekend. Been a kind of an interesting weekend.
Very interesting.
The Eagles lose their first game of the season.
Yeah. I as an Eagles fan, you hate to see them lose, but you know what? You know they were going to lose one or two or whatever. I'm glad they got it out of the way. I mean, if they were undefeated going into the last week of they're going to play all their starters if they were so far out ahead? That doesn't make sense.
They were bound to lose a game.
You know what? In the long run, I keep telling myself this might be better for them as a team. So, congratulations, Washington. They had the blueprint of how to beat the Eagles. Just keep the offense off the field.
That's with a lot of high-powered offense.
well, certainly, but Washington actually did it. They maintained possession. They hit their third downs and when they had to, and good for them. They took a lot of time off the clock, and they maintained possession. And
a dumb penalty at the end, too.
Well, look, I mean, there was some. I don't want to go after the refs. It sounds stupid, but the referees were terrible. I mean, how do you miss that face mask? I mean, the guy almost ripped Goddard's head off. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But hey, that's part of the game. Bad refereeing is part of the game. So you take what you learn from this loss and move on.
Yep. As a Jet fan, I'm in an unusual position. I've got the Jets playing for first place in the AFC East, sole possession.
Interesting game for the Jets. They win, they're in first place, probably, and they lose, they're in last place.
Well, so if they win, they are in sole possession of the AFC East first place.
Yes, they are.
Usually in the past, over the last 2 decades, as a Jet fan, the bye week was one of the best weeks of the regular season because you knew the Jets weren't going to lose on a bye week. But now here we are. They're playing in games that matter, and it's a very unusual position for that team. Just like the Giants.
Here's a little tease. That is one of my games that I picked. Okay. The Jets game is one of the games I picked.
Well, speaking of our games this week, let's move on into the pick segment here. Just so you know, the underdogs and the unders are still both hitting around 60%.
Okay. Well, I'm bucking the trend this week. You'll know what I mean when I do my picks.
I've got an over as well.
Okay. So. I have a couple overs, which disturbs me a bit, but I kind of like them. So we'll see.
After 10 weeks, I have to go back and look. I don't remember picking too many unders this season. I gotta look. I gotta go back and look. But anyway, in the pick segment, powered by Betfred Sports, we use Tuesday morning lines. So please check your lines before you place your bets on game day or Friday, Saturday, Thursday night games, whatever, what have you. Go ahead and check your lines before you place your bets. Smart move anyway before you do anything.
Absolutely.
We do not do money line bets.
That's too easy.
It's too easy.
I save them for my parlays that I lose.
We do the point spreads and totals only. And like I said, we use Betfred Sports as our sports book of choice here for the Pro Pick segment on Turnpike
Sports.
And let's head on over into the games segment. Let's do the first game of the week.
All right. My first game, and I think it's going to be the game of the week, actually, is the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Minnesota Vikings. The Dallas Cowboys are favored by a point, and the total is 47.5 points. Like I said, I think this is going to be a great game. The Cowboys are coming off a heartbreaking loss against Green Bay Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings are coming in with a record of 8-1. What an amazing season Minnesota is having. Yeah, I think this is going to be an extremely close game. I actually think the Vikings can actually win this one outright. I just love the way the Vikings are playing. The Vikings are 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 games, and 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 games that they after an outright win. So I think the planets are lining up for the Minnesota Vikings, and they're playing at home, and I just love the way they're playing right now. I'm taking the underdog Minnesota Vikings in this one.
Well, I chose this game too.
Okay.
The one thing I noticed about the Dallas Cowboys, when you look at who they've played this season, they've only beaten one playoff caliber team this year, and that was the Giants.
Okay.
The last time they faced a playoff caliber team was the Eagles, and they did not look good in that game whatsoever. Here you've got the Vikings coming in, 7-game winning streak. They are a playoff team. They're playing incredible football offensively, defensively. They step up at the right times. You bring into the Cowboys here. The Cowboys are 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 meetings with the Vikings. They're also 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are what everyone thinks they are because of who they've been playing. And Green Bay was just an indication that maybe something is still off with that team.
Well, I think Dak Prescott is still getting his legs underneath him. So, I'm very curious to see his progression through the year.
I heard one announcer on TV called Dak Prescott right now the weakest link of that team.
Interesting. Okay.
But either way, I really think this is going to be the Vikings' 9th win of the season.
Oh.
I think it's going to be Vikings +1. I think they're actually going to win this game.
Oh, wow. You're actually agreeing with me.
Yes.
All right.
Let's head on over to the second game.
And my next game is the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bengals are 5-point favorites with a total of 41. You do research on all these games, and there are trends you just can't ignore. I mean, I think they're going to play each other tough, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and these are the trends that I couldn't ignore. The under has hit 3-0-1 in their last 4 meetings in Pittsburgh, and the under is 6-2-1 in their last 9 meetings. So it looks pretty good that the under is going to hit. Here's another under stat. If you look at the Bengals' last 9 meetings against an AFC opponent, the under has hit for the Cincinnati Bengals 8-0-1. And who knows what the weather is going to be like in Pittsburgh.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah, who knows? But it's one of those trends you just can't ignore when you're researching these things. So I think I'm going to go with the under in this game, under 41.
My next game, the Carolina Panthers traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Baltimore is favored by 12 points in this game. The over-under is 43.5. Ever since the Panthers got rid of Matt Rule as their coach, they seem to have figured out how to play offense again. They've been scoring points. Their running game even improved after
as
getting
long
rid
as
of
Baker
Christian McCaffrey.
Mayfield doesn't do the headbutts with
without his helmet,
with his teammates, it should be fine.
That's a typical Baker Mayfield thing. But they've been playing much, much better. They've been scoring points, and Baltimore has been scoring points all year. And as a matter of fact, both of these teams over their last 4 games have scored at least 20 points or more in these last 4 that they each have played. And while the under is 5-1 over the Ravens' last 6 games, if you look at the totals that they were playing those 6 games with, the lowest total there was 46.5. Mm-hmm. Here, the total is 43.5. I just think if you look at what the Ravens and the Panthers have been doing their last 4 games, that makes me go towards the over here with the 43.5. Not to mention the over is 4-0 in these teams' last 4 games against each other. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing the over 43.5. Let's head on over to the final game of the week.
My last game is the New York Jets traveling up to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 3, and the total is an incredible 38.5 points, which is incredibly low. I think it's going to be an interesting game because I think, everyone's saying how Bill Belichick really has the Jets number. I think it was 13 in a row he's won. Yep. But I think the Patriots are primarily a running team. I guess that's why the total is so low. But they do find the end zone. I mean, the over is hit. It's like 8-2 in the Patriots' last 10 home games, and I think this is going to be a lot closer game than a lot of people are thinking. I think it's going to be back and forth, and you might even see a garbage touchdown by one of the teams in the very last moments of the game. I'm just taking the over. I think the total is way too low, 38.5. I would think it'd be like 40, 41, something like that.
Well, I'm going to be pulling for my Jets in that game.
Yeah, well, I'm pulling for a lot of touchdowns by anyone. So
this is another trend the Jets have to buck. When first place is on the line, they cave. So it's going to be interesting to watch this.
The Jets are a good team. They're 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 games. So, and what was that stat? I mean, they are undefeated road team.
They're the only undefeated road team right now.
Yeah,
after the Eagles lost.
Well, the Eagles played at home in Philadelphia, but no, the Jets have not lost on the road yet.
Yeah, so they're
shocking.
4-0. Both, but yeah,
absolutely
they're 4-0.
Shocking.
Yeah,
I had to go look that back up. It just didn't sound right.
And if I remember correctly, the other part of that stat is I think they're 4-0 ATS too.
Yeah.
So it's both 4-0 on the road undefeated, but also undefeated against the spread.
Unbelievable.
Last game for me, the Chicago Bears traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's favored by 3. There's an over-under of 50.
I looked at this game. Atlanta killed me last Thursday night, and so I'm not taking them again.
Well, the Bears killed me last week.
Yeah, the Bears killed me too. So
they were 2.5 dog against the Lions, and they lost that game right at the end of it, as a matter of fact.
Actually, weren't they favored? I think they were 2.5 favored.
No, they were 2.5 dog.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the Bears as an underdog again this week, I really am right back to where I am. It's a +3 here for the Bears. And the Bears are 1-3 overall in their last 4 games, but they actually have been playing playoff teams. Mm-hmm. The Falcons, when they play playoff teams, are 0-2. They haven't beaten a playoff team yet. So I think you got to look at maybe the Bears are maybe a little bit better at this stage of the season in certain areas. In the last 4 games these two teams have played against each other, the underdog, which has been Chicago each and every one of these times, is 4-0 against the spread.
Okay.
And after starting the season 6-0 against the spread, the Falcons are 0-4 against the spread.
Yeah,
they're trending in the wrong direction in terms of betting.
I jumped on the Falcons when they were trending in the worst possible way.
Oh yeah.
So I'm off the Falcons right now.
Well, I'm off the Falcons completely. That's why I'm doing the Bears +3 in this game.
All right.
Let's recap our picks for the week.
Okay, I'm taking the underdog Minnesota Vikings. I'm taking the +1 points against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the over 47 points in the Cleveland Browns-Buffalo Bills game. And, again, I'm taking another over. I'm taking the over 38.5 points in the New York Jets-Patriots game.
I did the Vikings +1 against the Cowboys, just like you. I did the over 43.5 in the Panthers-Ravens game, and I did the Bears as the underdog +3 over in Atlanta against the Falcons. These picks will be up on the Turnpike blog. Head on over to turnpikesports.us and click on the blog button, and you'll see our picks in print form. Please feel free to comment on the picks on the blog. If you want to make your own picks there, fine with us. Info@turnpikesportsradio.com is another way to reach us. You can follow the show on Twitter @TurnpikeSports or @TurnpikeBets, which is our alternate Twitter handle. We've got Facebook @TurnpikeSports and Instagram @TurnpikeSportsRadio is our handle there. So enjoy your Sundays, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's gotta be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Turnpike Sports Beatin The House segment. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle, and this week we're going to crisscross not just North America, but we're going all across the world for this episode of Beatin The House. Please keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address to send the winning information over to us, and we're just going to jump right in. We're going to go starting off in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, before I forget, I want to do this first. Congratulations to the $2-point-something billion winner from the Powerball.
Yeah, right.
And also all the $1 and $2 million winners too for the
prizes.
No,
there was
a lot of those.
A lot of $1 million
Matter of fact,
winners.
I remember almost every other day Jackpot was announcing they had a $1 million winner here. I think they had one in New York, one in California.
Okay.
They had one in Texas.
All right.
So they had a couple all over the place. But congratulations to all the winners from that huge jackpot.
Wow.
We hate all of you.
Yeah, right.
No, anyway,
I
kidding.
I don't know. I think I got a Powerball, which means I got $4.
That's $4.
So
the price structure on Powerball is kind of interesting to me because you go from the Powerball gets you something, but a ball and a Powerball get the same amount in the prize winnings.
yeah, it was still $4.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it'd be a little different. You know,
And then the next step up is what? 2 balls and a Powerball gets you a certain amount.
I think it was
$3.
$7.
Yeah, and then 3 balls without a Powerball.
That's
gets you
what
the same
shocked me.
amount.
That you get the one Powerball, it's $4. If you get a Powerball and another ball, it's still $4.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was just because of that actual drawing or what is. I mean, that was a little weird to me.
I know the big money starts when you get. I think it's 4 balls and a Powerball.
Yeah,
or 5 white balls
yeah,
or whatever
something
you
like
do.
that, yeah.
Then the big one is the 5 and the Powerball.
yeah.
So, but I've never seen that. So
Okay. Yeah.
no, I mean for me personally, I've never seen
okay.
that. So I probably never will in my lifetime. But congratulations to everybody there. First one of the week here. We're going up to Canada, Saskatchewan to be exact. A town called Lloydminster.
Hey, is their football team still called the Rough Riders? Saskatchewan Rough Riders?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
I
I think the other one changed their name. They became the Red Blacks.
there were 2 Rough Riders, Saskatchewan and Ottawa?
Well, Ottawa became the Red Blacks.
Okay, the Red Blacks.
The Red Blacks.
Okay, because they're red and black.
And also they got PointsBet as a sponsor because they're red and black too.
Oh,
so
okay. That
color coding right there.
Makes sense.
But we have a $1 million winner here at the Gold Horse Casino in Lloydminster, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
The Dwayne H. I'm not going to say his last name here.
Okay.
A farmer from the Lashburn area. How often do you see the word farmer as the winner in a
That's great. Good for
slot
him.
machine here?
Good for him.
We have Dwayne hit big on the Smoke Signals top tier progressive jackpot.
All right.
He won a total of $1.76 million Canadian.
Wow.
It's a progressive jackpot.
I've never even heard of this. Smoke signals? Is that what it is?
I don't know too much about the Canadian progressive
Okay.
jackpot system,
All
but
right.
SIGA, the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority,
Okay.
this progressive jackpot, the Smoke Signals, ties in 51 different slot machines at 7 different casinos.
Okay. All right.
And there are 3 mystery jackpot tiers that change over time. And the winner here, he was playing the Smoke Signal slot machine and just got lucky where he hit the $1.7 million jackpot.
Wow. Okay.
From the machine he was playing. And
I wonder if that's just a Canadian game because, like I said, I've never seen Smoke Signal. I'm not a slot aficionado.
I
but
think
it's,
there are Smoke Signal progressives in different tribal casinos around the United States as well. They're not all linked together, but this one linked machines in the Bear Claw Casino.
All right.
The Dakota Dunes, which is near Saskatoon. That's a different area.
Okay, Saskatoon.
The Gold Eagle Casino, which is in North Battleford. The Gold Horse, which we're talking about here. The Living Sky Casino in Swift Current. That's another area.
Okay.
Northern Lights Casino in Prince Albert. And the Painted Hand Casino in Yorkton. Not Yorktown, Yorkton.
Yorkton.
T-O-N, not T-O-W-N.
Okay.
So those 7 casinos are all tied in. There's 51 different slot machines that are tied into this one progressive, and it will reset itself to different amounts and depending on what tier you're looking at.
Okay.
going into the United States. We're staying in North America, but we're in the United States. Going back to Coors Gold, California. We've been doing a lot of Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort jackpots. As a matter of fact, last week we did a story on Jonathan A. hitting $614,000 on a $7 bet on the Timberwolf Diamond slot machine there.
Wow.
We now have...
There's some loose slots at Chuck Chancy, huh?
There's a lot of money being paid out at that casino.
All right.
We now have a $10 bet on the Wheel of Fortune slot machine, hitting a $1.13 million jackpot.
Wow.
So that's 2 huge jackpots in 2 weeks. We're looking at, what is that, almost $2 million paid out in 2 weeks.
Wow, good for them.
So no word on what variation of Wheel of Fortune.
I was going to say, isn't there like about 20 variations of Wheel of Fortune?
There's over 100.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Well, I don't think they have 100 at one time on the gaming floor, but that's an interesting thing. When you go on the gaming floor and you count the amount of Wheel of Fortune variations there are, it's incredible.
I love the new ones that are coming out.
The new ones are huge.
It's on top of it.
10 feet tall or something like that.
Well, actually, some of them have the big wheel ahead on top of them, which is really cool to watch.
Well, they have their own seats, too.
Yes.
It's almost like the seat is attached to it. You know?
Well, the one we're talking about with the big wheel on top of it has 3 seats to it. Three different machines and one wheel on top of it. And when somebody hits the bonus wheel for that one...
Wait, are there 3 players doing this?
There's 3, one person next to you, one person on the other side of you, and they're 3 different machines, but they're all tied into the wheel on top.
Oh, okay.
So when somebody hits the bonus,
all
3 people can watch the wheel spinning.
That's pretty cool.
So it's an attention-grabbing mechanism.
So you know what? Grab 2 of your friends and go hit the Wheel of Fortune slot machine.
There's other ones where they have Vanna White popping up on the screen.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I think that's Wheel of Fortune on air or something like that.
Couldn't tell you.
And I know there's different variations between brick and mortar. Brick and mortar has certain ones, and the online have other ones.
Online has a different
one. They have like those extreme wheels or something.
I actually played a Wheel of Fortune online, and I did hear Vanna White's voice, so I'm not sure what variation that was. So
see, sad to say, I had to shut the sound off.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was just curious about it. Yeah. I usually have the sound off on any kind of slot machines or any stuff like that, but
I have to tell you, it wasn't her voice that did it. It wasn't even the crowd saying "Wheel of Fortune" when you begin.
I heard
it was the turning of the blocks, the ding 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 ding. That tone. They kept doing it.
Well,
and
people like that.
Yeah, I know. People love that.
People love the bells and whistles and things like that.
I'm not a bells and whistle kind of guy for that.
Well, look, if you're
constant anyway.
If you're playing in your house and there's other people in your house, it could be annoying to the other people not playing it. So
one thing I notice I can do now with some of the online casinos, I think you can always do this, but if I have my Bluetooth earpiece going.
Oh, it's in your earpiece? I haven't tried that.
It plays through the Bluetooth.
That's a good idea. I have those pod things. Maybe I can try it with the pods.
Well, again, we have another big winner there for Wheel of Fortune. Moving on to Las Vegas now. We're slowly making our way across the country.
All right.
Actually, I don't think we're going to leave the west side of the country anyway for this one. We're staying in Las Vegas, Cannery Casino Hotel.
All right.
We have a lucky Las Vegas local. He got a 6-figure parlay when he hit the jackpot on another Wheel of Fortune machine. This is Wheel of Fortune triple gold slot.
Wow.
$2.50 bet. And he won $620,813.48 playing Wheel of Fortune triple gold slot machine. Matter of fact, I had to pull up a picture of this because the press release didn't say which variation on the Wheel of Fortune it was.
You know, I know people who make bets or or put money in a slot machine, like they win something. The first thing I think of is like if the first thing a lot of people say if someone put $2 in, they said, "Oh, can you imagine what I won if I put $5 in?"
I think everybody says that.
That's the first thing everyone does, you know. I won a parlay a couple weeks ago. I only didn't bet a lot of money. I was like, oh my god, if I only bet more on it.
Well, yeah, I think that's the natural reaction.
I wasn't happy. I was thinking, I could have won more. So,
staying in Las Vegas, we got a couple of them here. Caesar's Palace, Caesar's Properties here. We have a double gold slot machine, paying a $200,000 jackpot to a player at Caesar's Palace, a Caesar's Reward member.
Okay.
It was a 3-credit wager. No word on exactly how much it was, but it was 3 credits.
Mm-hmm.
777s came up $200,000 right off the bat. Over on Las Vegas Grand Prix Fan Fest, That was that weekend where they were introducing the F1 racing.
By the way, did you see the renderings that MGM released of the grandstand that they're going to build? It's amazing.
I was more impressed seeing the F1 car, the Formula One racing car, racing through the casino.
Yeah, I
that was very
impressive. Someone tweeted that out. Yeah,
crazy, but very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to promote something, Vegas knows how to promote.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was actually. I would love to have seen that in person. It's amazing.
I wonder
to watch
what that did
video.
to the carpet. I mean,
I'm sure they put something down.
Oh, yeah, I would guess
so,
they would,
yeah,
but
no,
someone tweeted that out, and I looked at it.
That was actually pretty cool. During that weekend, we had a pair of six-figure jackpots. Caesar's Palace over at Planet Hollywood. That's a Caesar's property, Planet Hollywood. Mm-hmm. We have a Blazing Sevens mega jackpot hit for $243,305.
Okay.
Over at Harris, we have Danielle C., a visitor from Anna, Texas.
Okay.
Danielle from Anna. How about that one?
All right.
Hit a 6-card straight flush on I Love Suits for $124,000.
Wow.
So a couple jackpots watching the F1 car race by you as you sit at your slot machine. How about that one?
Yeah, great.
Staying with Bally's, as a matter of fact, we have a 5-ace Pai Gow poker jackpot. It was a progressive jackpot of $139,889.
Okay.
A 5-ace jackpot.
Well, that's
only in Pai Gow can you get 5
that's the
aces.
interesting thing. Well, they also they use the jokers in that game, so it's an interesting game. You can win a lot of money on it.
I still got to get into it. I still got to get into it, but
that's a great thing about
it's all side bets.
Well, look, that's a great thing about online casinos. You get to learn the games, and you can learn them at a cheaper rate than live.
That's true. Yeah, there is micro stakes versus.
Yeah, no, I mean
the
you don't
table
have to
stakes.
spend a lot of money learning these games.
Yep. And this may actually be one of the last times you hear Bally's name mentioned because they're actually going to be rebranding to Horseshoe.
Okay.
So
where was this at now?
This was Bally's Las Vegas.
Okay.
This will soon be Horseshoe Las Vegas.
When is that change going to be?
They keep saying December sometime.
Okay.
But
pretty soon. So
yeah.
All right.
So we may be talking Horseshoe Las Vegas for future episodes.
All right.
Going over to Oregon, we have over in Grand Ronde, Oregon, we have the Spirit Mountain Casino and Sportsbook.
Okay.
I like how they have that title together. Casino and Sportsbook.
Yep, good.
Guest won $100,000 on the $5 triple cash slot machine.
Okay.
So that's all the slot wins and table games. We have one poker story we're going to talk about.
All right.
In the Czech city of Rozvadov, I think that's how you say it. The World Series of Poker.
Rozvadov.
It's the World Series of Poker Europe.
Yes.
As a matter of fact,
is this the soccer player guy?
This is a soccer player.
Okay, yeah, I saw this.
This is how you spend your suspension.
Yeah, boy.
Max Cruz was serving a team-issued suspension.
Yeah, I guess he was late.
And
I guess he was hurt, too. I think he had
the injury played something to do with it.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
He was hurt. He was late. He also had his $300,000 Lamborghini stolen.
Okay, so not a good week up until the poker tournament.
So he decided to take his time off, his enforced time off, I should say, to take a shot at the World Series of Poker Europe. He played in one of the events. I think he did a $1,700 tournament.
Yeah.
He ended up advancing to the final round, and he won the actual event with three twos.
That's great.
He won. Let me get the number right. I think it wasn't a lot. It was only like $250,000 compared to what he makes.
Yeah, he makes about $3 million a year.
$4 million.
Okay.
$3.9 million salary for the soccer team.
Yeah, Wolfsburg or something like that.
But I guess he made up enough to repair the Lamborghini. Or just buy a new one.
Well, look, hey, hopefully he had insurance on his Lamborghini. But hey, no, that's a great way to spend a suspension.
The team's going to suspend me. I'm going to win money.
Yeah, win money.
So, and you know what? He was having a rough week. So
yeah, he was having a difficult time.
He was due.
Good for him.
Yeah,
I'm glad for him.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's episode of Beatin the House. Please keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Congratulations to all our winners too.
Absolutely. And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.